So with the same money you're making right now, you could actually live way better. Despite how much people make, I see a lot of them struggling with money. They're not happy with where it's going. Well, the good news is you don't need a race. You just need to figure out what mistakes you've been making with your money. Because even if you make more, you'll still end up broke if you don't fix these habits first. Mistake number 1, not paying yourself first. I used to get paid, pay rent, pay my credit cards, buy groceries, and go out a few times and handle some payments. At the end of the month, guess how much I've got left? None. Then I learned this concept, pay yourself first. So the second my paycheck comes in, it automatically splits 3 ways. Savings account for short-term stuff, travel, emergencies, and then there's investment account for long-term wealth building like your future house or retirement. And there's this bills account that covers rent, groceries, and essentials. This way, you don't have to remember or try to save every month. Everything just happens in the background automatically. And the rest, you can spend however the hell you want. That's what I call the guilt-free spending money. And you shouldn't feel bad about it because you've already taken care of your future self by setting some money aside. And why does it work? Because you don't see the money, so you don't spend it. No willpower is needed. Now moving on to the second mistake. Eating out when you're desperate. It might sound a little dramatic, but here's where most people fuck it up. So the thing about eating out, well, I do it all the time, but only socially. Sunday night, meeting a friend at the restaurant to have a good time. Hell yes, that's what the money's for. But what about Monday's lunch break? You were starving, you didn't plan ahead because you were playing your PS5 instead of going grocery shopping? And now you're paying $18 for some Chick-fil-A burgers and a Coke. I wouldn't say that's enjoying your money, right? That's just draining your wallet one step at a time. Think about how many days you do that in a month. That's why you gotta start meal prepping. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to eat chicken and rice every single day. You can meal prep different meals for the same week. Google it, it's not that hard. That way you save like 60-70% comparing to eating out. Plus, it's way healthier, and that's $400 or $500 a month. Some people I know are dropping like 1K every month just for food. Man, that's after tax money. If I tell you every month to throw away $1,000 cash, you probably feel bad about it. While eating out, you're not feeling as bad because you didn't realize how fast this habit can drain your wallet. Now, mistake number 3. Locking yourself into payments you can't afford. Here's something a lot of people don't get. Every dollar you spend either buys you freedom or takes it away. Biggest example, cars. I've got coworkers paying 1K a month for Teslas. Looks successful, right? But here's what actually cost them. $12,000 a year. That's like 10 trips to Asia, or maybe 6 months of rent. And that's their entire freedom budget. But somehow it became the new norm that we gotta buy expensive shit to keep up with the Joes. So because that car payment is due every single month, they don't have a couple thousand sitting around just for a trip. Dude, I'm paying $300 a month total for my old car. And the rest? That's my Japan fund, or Mexico, or whatever. If you don't have a car right now, be careful when you're going to the dealership. You're gonna get a 20K car, but all of a sudden, you walked out with a signed deal that worth 40K. That's just how business runs. They will try their best to sell you the most expensive car you can possibly afford. So maybe you're thinking about getting a car because everyone has one, or I need to look professional. Stop. Run the numbers first. Here's what you need to do. Look at your big monthly payments, car payments, luxury items. Then ask yourself, is this payment buying me freedom or is it trapping me? If you realize that what you've been paying for is not really worth it, then take action. Sell the car, downgrade, do whatever it takes. Now, mistake number 4, being afraid of credit cards. And this one is a bit controversial because a lot of YouTubers will be like, don't use credit cards. And look, they're not wrong. People do overspend with cards, but if you're disciplined, you're leaving free money on the table. I can fly round trip to Asia just by using my credit card to pay rent. And yeah, I pay like maybe 1-2% of the transaction fee, but the flight I got worth way more than that. Now look, the specific strategy needs a certain type of card and setup. But the core principle applies to anyone. Get the cash back on money that you're already spending. So there's 2 critical rules. First, if you have credit card debt, stop and go pay that off right now. And second, this only works if you're paying the full balance every single month. So here's the key. Only use credit cards for stuff that you were already paying. Your rent, grocery, gas, or the restaurants that you're already planning to eat at. The key is you're not spending more. You're just replacing your debit card with the one that gives you cash back. If you haven't started, just start simple. Get a no-fee cashback card. Even 1% back on everything adds up. If you spend $2,000 a month, then that's $240 every year. As your credit improves and your income grows, you can upgrade to better cards with travel rewards, higher percentages, sign-up bonuses. That's when you get into the free flight territory. But you gotta start somewhere. That means you gotta stop using your debit card for everything. Mistake number 5, thinking you need more money to start investing. All right, the last one. So this is about the long game. Remember that automatic split that I mentioned? So part of it goes into investments. Most people just skip this part. When they look at their $300 in savings, they're like, that's not enough to invest. Wrong. That's exactly when you should start. And here's why. You're not investing for the money right now. You're investing to train yourself because you need to learn how to handle the stress now when the stakes are low. So what do I mean stress? Watching your 300 drops to 250 without panic selling, or watching it go back up to 400 and not just cashing it out right away. So that means if you start with $300 and fuck up, that's fine. Just $300. But if you wait until you have 30K and then you start, one panic move, then you're wrecked. I'm saying this because I've made so many mistakes when I was younger. Technically, I'm still young, but you know what I mean. That's when I'm telling you to start small and make your mistakes when they are still cheap. Savings account is for short-term stuff and investments are for long-term. And you need both. Don't skip the investing parts just because you don't think that you have enough yet. Set up those automatic splits tonight and look at your eating habits this week. Review your big monthly payments like car, whatever, and ask yourself if they are giving you freedom or taking it. Then get a cashback credit card for stuff that you're already buying. Open an investment account even if you're only putting $50 this month. Do these 5 things and a year from now, you have money saved, you'll be traveling, and people will be asking you how you can afford it. Seriously, do it. I'll see you in the next one.